Hi, I'm Trawler Specialist Jeff Merrill in Deltaville, Virginia, aboard Ranger. Ranger is a 2004 Nordhavn 47. She is beautifully maintained, well equipped, all the great features. All of the details, specifications, photos, drawings, etc. are on JMYS.com. Please look there for those information and those details. This is a 2-stateroom, 2-head layout. There's a lugger main engine, a lugger wing engine, a Northern Lights 16 kW generator, water maker, bow thruster, stern thruster, ABT track stabilizers. The list goes on and on. A Boston whaler with a 25 horsepower outboard. She really has an extraordinary amount of equipment. She's been beautifully maintained, well outfitted, and is ready to go. We'd love to give you a tour right now. Let's go take a look around, and then if you'd like to get in touch with us later, you can contact us on the information that we have posted. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. A lot of great features to show outside on Ranger, starting with the swim platform, swim deck back here. Good size area here. There's good U-bolt rails, boarding door entry here. It also has a fortress anchor setup ready to go here if you need to kedge or you need to do something off the stern. One of the innovative things that I love that they've added here is a little derelict 2-step ladder. There is a boarding gate on the starboard side midway. There's one back aft, but you really can't get on and off a dock very easily here by adding the step here, which can go to either side. They've added that. Recessed hose pipes, propane locker right here, varnished teak cap rail. As you come back around, the cockpit shower right here, storage locker right here. Again, the Lazarette's below us. Freshwater and seawater washdowns. There's a smart plug here connection. There's a rack back aft for dive tanks. You have a little bit of an overhead here. This all has an enclosure, which you'll see in photos, but we're not going to show you right now. And from here, we'd walk around to the side. One of the fuel fills here, hose pipe, extra railing was added, so good railing along here. Here's the primary gate you're going to use when you're coming into the dock. You'll come in and out of here. This lifts up, that opens up. Got overhead protection. Again, additional rails. Up a couple of steps to get up to the Portuguese bridge deck. I can go into the pilot house right here. There are doors on both sides. They're Dutch doors. But let's continue forward. Passing a rod holder. Small little gate here to get up onto the foredeck. Foredeck has a big hatch over the guest stateroom down below. Up forward here, big ultra anchor with a chain stopper, stainless steel chain. An innovative washdown was added here. Freeman hatch that gives you access to the chain locker. There's shore power connections. The primary shore power connections are up here in this panel right there. And then there's 2 built-in deck boxes. Wanted to show you one. A lot of line storage in here, and they have the little vents on them, little solar vents to kind of keep them dry and keep the moisture out. You have the Dorade cowl vents to provide air to the owner stateroom and the guest stateroom. There's a washdown here. Coming back aft onto the Portuguese bridge. Good railing. This was another add-on. Storage lockers for cleaning supplies and other accessories. Up forward, up into the Portuguese bridge. This hatch right here gives you light and ventilation in the owner's stateroom. There's also support lights to give you ventilation into the guest stateroom. Very comfortable non-skid. Coming back along, again, the railing gives you protection all the way throughout the boat. Pilot house door access here is a Dutch door. Recessed hose pipes up to the boat deck. Come back all the way aft just to kind of give you a feel for the amount of space that's here. Weather cloths, kind of common on other brands, not as common on a Nordhavn, just a nice touch there. Big deck box here for storing extra gear. The flag right here, your ensign, and then here's this classic Boston whaler, the Yamaha outboard. Really a beautiful boat, great varnish, a 25th anniversary edition deluxe whaler. The mast and boom up forward, this is set with a hinge so you can lower this mast if you want to go through bridges, do the loop, for example. This does serve as your dinghy launching cranes. This is the boom, the mast and boom work to serve to launch the dinghy. And if you look up forward on top of the pilot house, forward tending struts here to help support the mast. There's the dry stack exhaust pipe running up. You have some spreader lights, you have some electronics antennas. Your primary radar is right here. There are also more Dorade vents, 2 more up here on this pilot house roof, and various array of farm of antennas, including the horns and a searchlight up forward. So let's go back forward just to show you how easy this deck is to get around. Feel very protected all the way around. Good railing, nice stainless, extra handrails. Roomy area here in the Portuguese bridge. And then coming all the way back aft, you see there's a handrail here, handrail here. They've really thought about moving easy when you're underweight. As part of the back area enclosure, there are some wing doors that come in here to stop the wind on the side. Back to the cockpit. We'll come back to the Lazarette in a second. From the cockpit, you come down a couple of steps to the Lazarette. Over on the port side are some battery select switches. There's a fortress anchor. Coming back aft, water maker apparatus. Underneath the shelves are the batteries. The Lazarette does connect to the engine room. There's the door. It will take you into the engine room. You can see there's a fire extinguisher there. There's also a fire suppression system. Down here, more batteries outboard. On the starboard side, the trace inverter. Steering system back aft. This area is often filled with a lot of gear. Those some of the flopper stopper plates. More select switches over here. There is the breaker for the side power, the stern thruster. And then another look back aft and across. Water maker back on the aft bulkhead. Membranes. And then the steering. Gear is all here. Easy to get to, easy to service, and plenty of room for all your gear. In fact, let's go inside and take a look inside the Salon. Great to be inside Ranger. Nice and air conditioned. Great feature over on the port side, a couple of these chairs. These are recliners. There's a little lever right in here. You can pop this up here, relax, and the video's over. Sorry, I'm done. Now I can get back to work. But these are very comfortable. They'll also go all the way back if you wanted to sleep there. Carpeted floor, overhead panels, great seating area over on this side. This is a cool table. It's adjustable. You can slide it around. It's lead weight base. This comes out. These leaves open up. And if you want to have 4 for dinner, just rotate that like that. So you're easy seating. Very comfortable, easy stowable. You could even move it on the cockpit if you wanted to. Put it back the way I found it. Dry stack exhaust for the main engines coming up through here. Great visibility out through the windows. I have opening windows in the center on both sides. Flat screen television. Laundry appliances up here. GE washer and dryer tucked in place. There's a louvered door there. And then if I come into the galley, can be preparing meals here, conversing with the people in the salon, my guests. I have a double basin sink. Again, great visibility. Opening port light here. Overhead lockers and storage. The granite countertop. Some storage lockers. 4-burner propane cooktop. Electric oven. Storage areas back here. GE microwave oven. Sub-zero refrigerator. Freezer drawers. There's a trash compactor right here. And then coming up forward, we go up to the Pilothouse. Up a couple of steps. Passing some storage lockers. This is carpeted. I forgot to mention that down below the flooring is all teak. It's not the teak and spruce, it's actually teak, which is very, very nice. Good finish. Some umbrella here for the watch berth. This is the expanded watch berth where you have the full length here. There's storage underneath here. Good reading lights, excellent visibility all the way around. This is a wet locker here for storage. A lot of people put their life jackets in there. Storage bookshelves over here. Look at all the manuals they have for all the different features of the boat. As we came up, I forgot to point out there's an inverter and a generator panel right here in the center by the stairs. Come over, take a look at that right here. So you can see that while you're dining in the salon or sitting down there. And then this is the high back Stid helm chair. There's a folding chart table back over on this side. Furuno displays. Most of the electronics you see are new. A jog lever, rudder angle indicator. Again, we've got radar, depth, cameras, Nordhavn compass, Simrad autopilot, This is the main engine down here. A lot of times people put it up top, but they were smart. They put it down here, so it's really easy to scan everything on one quick view. Here's your main engine shift and throttle. Here's your bow thruster and stern thruster, VHF radio, windlass, track stabilizers, another VHF radio, wipers, horn, the yacht controller. The yacht controller is amazing. That makes docking the boat very easy, short-handed. Great electrical panel, the Nordhavn electrical panel over in here, broken down with 12 volt, 120 volt, AC, DC, different shore power select switches, all easy to get to there. Wing engine controls are the pull sticks. They're located right here with easy instructions on them. Again, excellent visibility from the pilot house. This whole entry level up to the pilot house is a great area for operating the boat. This boat doesn't have the flybridge. You spend a lot of time right here, out either the door to get outside through the Dutch doors, go back down to the salon, or up forward to the stateroom. So we'll go do that next. Coming down the stairway forward from the pilot house, there's some storage lockers, some safety gear, a Summit freezer. Down a couple steps. These are all carpeted steps. And there are 2 staterooms. I'm at the landing right here. I can go forward to the guest stateroom, which I'm going to do next, or aft to the owner's stateroom and on into the engine room from there. So coming into the guest stateroom, the headroom in here is amazing. Just fantastic. One of the key things that Nordhavn did was put a desk in the 47. And I want to point out another very unique thing to this particular boat, and that's the Herrschaft interior. So you have a lot of white laminate with the teak trim. Beautiful, keeps it light and airy. It's not something that you see on most of the Nordhavns. There's mostly wood. They get to be a little bit dark. So light, bright, airy. A couple of port lights back in the Portuguese bridge. Opening port lights outboard on both sides. If you look up forward, head and shower, sink, medicine cabinet, toilet. These are Dometic master flush toilets, which are about the best you can get. Good headroom in the shower with a bifold door, overhead hatch, storage locker back outboard, deep hanging lockers, plenty of gear to store. This shelf area right here actually conceals a pipe berth, which comes out. You have to move this picture right here, but that would come in place. The canvas bags that are outboard on this side and over on this side are part of the outside cockpit enclosure. There's a isinglass type, easy to see clear why enclosure back there in the cockpit. So they store there. Lockers overhead. Again, a couple of opening hatches here. Door aid vent brings air circulation in. Carpeted floors. The desk has a chair. And then you come over to the owner's stateroom, what we would call a midship master. And so you're further back aft, underway, much more comfortable ride. This bed is easily made on either side. It's an island berth. There are drawers and hanging lockers over on the port side, as well as a tall one, a mirror forward. Underneath here is a telltale compass where you can tell where you're going. If you're sleeping at night, quick glance up there. Reading lights, bed stands on both sides, storage underneath the bed. And then coming into the head, you're right here. The same granite that we've been using throughout the boat is in the head. Undermount accent sink, another Dometic master flush toilet. The shower, great standing headroom in here with the bifold door. Works out great. I'll sneak by this way. There's a fire pull suppression for the fire suppressions down below. You look now, you can see those cabinets over there. The port lights open. There's 2 there, and there's 1 in here. And then from here, you also have an emergency escape hatch up in here. But from here, we'll go into the engine room. So let's do that next. Engine room is easily accessible from the owner's stateroom. You can also get in here through the Lazarette. There's a door there, and there are big hatches in the overhead that open up into the salon. So there's a lot of different accesses here. You come down a couple of steps, dog door, a diamond sea glaze door. Forward is fuel tank for supply. There are 2 fiberglass fuel tanks outboard with sight glasses. They gravity drain to this. It's a wonderful system that Nordhavn has designed to get all of the fuel out of the boat. Over on the port side, Racor fuel filters in here. The hydraulic tank for the stabilizers is there. And then there's a lot of spares. Too many spares probably for this boat. You also have a little cutout window so you can see the active fin stabilizer on the port side. Great feature. Lugger main engine, of course, fantastic. I've opened up the lockers here. This is freshwater plumbing up here. There's a backup pump. There's a raw water deck wash pump. The original plumbing is there. Here's a visual on the active fin stabilizer itself. And as I come back along the engine, I want to point out this really cool tray right here, which has a vise on it, putting tools, doing work on it. A lot of the exhaust blanket was replaced recently. And then a very innovative, have not seen this on any of the other Nordhavns, still not exactly sure how it works, is down here. And this is all of the air conditioning plumbing. So you can isolate different rooms, you can clean it all out. The owner has done a fabulous job doing that. He explained it to me once. I didn't get it on the first take, but when you get the boat, you can find out. Raycor here. And then the generator, 16K generator, is not in the sound box. The owner of the boat did some measurements and found out that it was 1 decibel different having the enclosure on there. The enclosure kind of hides everything, which is tidy, but you want to be able to see things and inspect things. Big priority was air circulation in the engine room. Delta T system was added on both sides, and you can actually reverse it. When we came back from running earlier, we shut the boat down and we opened up the engine room door forward and sucked all the air out. It is very comfortable in here. He changed the temperature in the engine room by 30, 40, 50 degrees by adding the fan circulation system. Wing engine, lugger wing engine here with the V-drive, its own transmission, wing engine fuel tank here, hot water tank there, fire suppression system. These are just little reminders not to bonk your head, and that's the latches that give you the access up to the Salon. Into the stuffing box down here. It's a traditional dripping type of stuffing box with Duramax. There's a strainer under here for a bilge pump. There's a reversal oil change system right on the back of the engine. I could probably spend 30 minutes going through the engine room, which I'm not going to right now. It's still a little bit warm, but it's just really well thought out. Access here to the Lazarette. This is an engine room that you're going to be comfortable working around in, and you're going to come down here and do your checks, and they've done a fantastic job. So well done on the engine room for this Nordhavn 47 Ranger. Thank you for joining me aboard Ranger today. I hope you now have a much better idea of what a special boat she is. Really extraordinary. The owners have really lavished a lot of love, continual upgrades. This boat is exceptional. We'd like to get you on board. We do that by appointment. You can call, text, or email me. My information's on the screen. Really, the best way to appreciate her is to step on board and see her for yourself. Please get in touch. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching. Hey, it's been another great day out on the water. Thank you for watching the video that just completed, and thank you for joining me on the JMYS YouTube channel. We do now have over 150 videos of different content. Thank you for watching those. I have a lot of fun filming these. If you'd like to subscribe, we appreciate that. Over 31,000 subscribers at this point. If you would like a reminder of when the next video is going to come out, you can click on the bell. We love it when you give us those thumbs up. Thank you for that. And I appreciate your comments. Not all of them, but most of them, and I try to respond to them. So thank you for them. Yes, these are the shirts I wear. They're Wren Spooners. I'm not changing that. We do have a couple other videos you can watch. You can click on one of these two over on the side. Please come back when you have some more time. We always have more content coming up on the JMYS YouTube channel. We thank you for your time, and we hope to see you again back here soon.